But when does a comet become a meteor? When does a candle become a blaze? When does a man become a monster? When does a ripple become a tidal wave? When does the reason become the blaze?
Come on.
When does a man become a monster?
Boys, welcome to the new season of Dark and Darker. With the new season, we have a bunch of new changes. We have the Sorcerer class, rolling dungeons, and randomly generated modules. Now, aside from that, we have our pre-season arena gameplay. And so far, my kit is a little scuffed, but we are moving forward and are practicing some PvP. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you the ins and outs of Cleric, all of the spells and perks you need to run, their use cases, and how to pull off those miraculous 1v2s and 1v3s, even as a support caster class. And hopefully this video will become super popular so we can continue to grow our Cleric community. There aren't a lot of good 10-spell videos out, and they're certainly not modern. If you want to see stuff from like 3 or 4 wipes ago, then that's probably all you're stuck with. So overall, I'm excited to show you guys how to play a more supporty Cleric. I know I'm known for being the no-spell guy, but regardless, I can hit those spells. So with that being said, boys, let's get right into the perks and spells. I'll show you guys what build I'm running currently, what needs to be upgraded, and kind of what the core looks like, especially as craftables come into the scene. So we start off with low boots. They give us 5 knowledge, 5 move speed. With this gear, you're going to see a lot of knowledge stack overall. Leather chausses, which are 5 knowledge. I got add mem cap on there to kind of increase it for the overall lack of knowledge we have from our chest piece. This is the only +3 mintable I found so far, so we're rocking the Regal Gambeson, and it is netting us a fair bit of health. Moving forward, I will want to mint a chest piece with knowledge as its base stat, as it helps with casting speed and hitting those buffs. And especially these fucking rings. Horrible +1 magic healing. I've had to gem. This is an agility ring with max health and some kind of burner stats, and this is fucking horrible ring of survival resource, and this does really nothing for our class, especially as we're using 10 spell. This radiant cloak, not super good. More knowledge. Mystic gloves are your go-to. These are pretty good. 3 AR, 1 true, and action speed. They give innate 3 magic healing. And speaking of innate stats, Demon-clad leggings are your go-to just because they have innate magic healing, so that's what we're kind of missing right now. This great helm, absolutely fucking insane. Did mint this like first week, as well as this Badger Pendant, which I have added 2 gems onto. We have our 3 magic healing, 3 max health spellbook, because as you're holding that book, you will be getting that max health, and if people are swinging on top of you, and you're casting lessers on yourself, just being able to kind of survive maybe a niche hit like that. Super important. Buckler, magic resist max health, add wep, fire, and then the Morning Star. Managed to mint this legendary Morning Star with 1 add wep, so 45 base damage, action speed, max health. We need to get that debuff off there. But overall, the kit is okay, and it leaves a little bit to be desired. Now, let's talk about perks. Our first perk is going to be Advanced Healer, which just gives you 5 and 8 magic healing. Of course, you want as much magic healing as possible. You want to be able to keep your team alive through those 70 or 80 damage hits from barbarians, Sork, or fighter, or heck, even a ranger headshot hurts. Now, the second perk is a perk I never drop, and this is Perseverance. So it reduces all types of incoming damage by 2, which, like, 2 damage doesn't seem like a lot, right? However, what you need to think about is this is calculated at every single damage tick instance. So burns, poisons, any type of debuff, as well as just base damage stack. So true damage will always be calculated at the end. So this essentially just reduces true damage by 2. And probably my most controversial pick here is overhealing. So even if a target's health is full and you hit them with a heal, they gain 20% of their max HP, and that deteriorates 1% per second, so it's 20 seconds and that's all gone. But if you hit a barbarian or a fighter with this, they're basically getting a 40 or 50 damage overheal shield. And with Sanctuary, you're filling up your health bar and your entire team's health bar, basically giving you an overshield. The only other perk I would think that is arguably better than this is Protection from Evil, which reduces the duration of all harmful effects by 30%, and that's super good with Sork and Wizard. Not so much Warlock, because every time a curse disappears, they're able to hit you with that instant damage snap again. You might be thinking Holy Ore is worth taking, which gives you 15 AR and 15 MR, but it's really only perk worth taking if you are within a certain armor or magic resistance range. And finally, the last perk in our arsenal, Faithfulness, which is a 15% divine magic damage bonus, and when a divine magic attack is successful, you reduce their move speed by 15% for 1.5 seconds, and this does have a little bit of a cooldown, but this does apply on Holy Strike, Judgment, and Smite, so being able to slow your enemy and basically keep them in a combo between Holy Strike, Bind, Holy Strike is super important. Now that we just went over perks, let's start to go over spells. The first skill is Bind, which stops target from moving for less than 1 second, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you're going to see a lot of clips where a target either can't hit or can't move, so they miss an important swing, or they get locked down by one of my teammates, or get hit by an important spell. In this case, when I hit the bind twice, my wizard is able to hit 2 direct fireballs, which almost insta-kills the fighter. Then, we have Protection, which grants the target a shield that blocks 20 fizz damage, which doesn't seem like a lot, but what a lot of people don't know is this shield negates modifiers. So if your teammate gets hit in the head, there's no bonus multiplier, and therefore your teammate takes a lot less damage. Here, you're going to see me quick cast to protect on my teammate, which just eats a hit, and my ranger survives at 1 HP. So, without that protection, he would have died. And although individually our spells are strong, it's really about chaining everything together and figuring out what spell to use and when. Next, we have Locust Swarm, which does 13 divine magic damage per second, and now has a 75% scaling. This is actually pretty solid chip damage, but a lot of the time we're using it to deny heals. We're going to be stopping Warlock and Cleric Sanctuaries, and this is the best use case for this spell. In this clip, we did use it as chip damage rather than heal denial, and we got this Cleric into one-shot range. Next is Holy Strike, which deals 20 base divine magic damage to a target and slows them with Faithfulness. A lot of the time we're going to be using this for slow chip damage and to be able to get our teammates in range. Additionally, it's really good in 1v1 situations where you're getting rushed down. It provides a blind and a slow against enemies. In this situation, it sets me up for a really good 1v1 against this barbarian. And although it's pretty hard to block the felling, I do get 1 block in, and I jump away to heal. In this next clip, we're stuck in library. It's a 2v2, me and a barbarian versus a Sork and another barbarian. I put down an EQ to create some space and slowly buff up my barbarian. Now that we have the health advantage, me and the barbarian begin to push. I'm B-hopping forward, negating any type of speed penalty when casting, and land a lucky Holy Strike on the barbarian, and then another for the kill. Then we have Sanctuary, which is our AoE healing, and although they recently took away one of our Sank accounts, it is really good for creating large shields on our teammates. Here, it's Bearapalooza, and I'm just using lesser heals to keep myself alive. My bear ends up zoning for me, and I end up getting a few quick lesser heals off. I keep pocketing my bear, allowing him to take the bear 1v1. I can barely bear it. Bears. Holy shit, I'm saying bear a lot. And also, this fucking panther comes in and tries to kill me. But yes, Sank is very good for creating a large shield around your teammates or keeping everybody alive, especially during a dive. Now we come to the two most important spells in our kit, the insta-heals. We're talking about Holy Light and Lesser Heal. Holy Light is going to be your heal that takes a lot longer to cast, but heals for a lot more, and it has quite the large range. Here you're going to see me use both. You're going to see me use the Lesser Heals to quickly heal myself. This is what you're going to want to do a lot of the times. And then the Holy Light to heal my teammates. Lesser Heals are also important for healing yourself and your teammates. In this situation, I set up a pre-sank, giving my Barbarian and myself a little overshield. On the right, I see a rogue. I quickly communicate that with my teammates and switch to bind, knowing I can bind him and keep him in place. I quickly continue to CC him, keeping him in place and forcing him to disengage. I see my Barbarian is extremely low, and I attempt to lesser heal him, but it accidentally selects the Holy Strike instead. However, regardless of this mistake, I quickly pop 3 lesser heals on my Barbarian and fill him to full. Then, we have Earthquake, an incredibly powerful zoning tool that forces your enemies to stand still or take massive amounts of damage per step. Here, I'm going to use Earthquake to slow the enemies down, apply chip damage, and force my ranged teammates to poke them. In this next situation, I don't necessarily use Earthquake to hold an enemy down for a teammate to hit. I use it more as a chip tool. Here, I end up getting in a 1v2 and quickly heal myself. I can see my teammate is getting in a fight, so I try to use EQ to hold both of the enemies down. Both of the enemies are moving, so it applies slow chip damage to them and gives me time to space and heal. Although this fighter rushes me down, he was slowed enough to get hit by the Wraith, and I quickly finish him. Now, it is called 10 spell for a reason, so let's talk about a few other spells. There's Divine Strike, which gains you 5 weapon damage, Bless, which is 3 strength, agi, and will, Resurrection, which, of course, reses your ally, and the most useless spell in the game, Cleanse, which is fucking nothing. And here's a quick addendum. We did get a massive buff. They brought one of our Lessers back, one of our Sanctuaries back. They buffed Locust Worm by 100% scaling, and also Bless is now +2 all, so it is definitely an insta-take. Now we know what perks we should be running, spells we should be using, and kind of what gear we should be running, although there is some more optimization I can do on my end. Now, I think it's time we get into some games, and like the video says, Arena is hell, and sometimes your teammates make it hell. Now, currently it's 1-2. There's 2 people alive. It's a wizard and a fighter. I got forced back into spawn, so I'm camping for Lester so I can finish up healing. I know the possibility of winning is extremely low, but regardless, I'm going to try. I wanted to start off by Holy Striking. I know these guys have no sustain as they're a wizard and a fighter. That means the more poke damage I can do, the more likely it is I can win. I continue to space, and Holy Strike the fighter again, hitting a quick bind so the ignite wears off. What I'm trying to do here is play the range with my Morningstar, getting quick headshots. Unfortunately, I'm getting fucking worked inside of the doorway. But the fighter is hitting it as well. At this point in time, our health is pretty even until the wizard comes in for melees. I try to spin around and get as many blocks in as I can while trying to trade blows. Unfortunately, I end up with 1 health, hit a quick Lesser, turn around, and get a double headshot. At this point in time, the fighter has to be 1 health, so I run as fast as I can to try to get off the Sank. Unfortunately, I don't break line of sight here, so I get pushed down pretty fast. I switch to Locust Swarm, getting a few ticks of chip damage, and then switch to Bind. The goal here is to bind him inside of the zone so he takes additional damage. Something you're going to see me do a lot is actively cast and then switch to my next spell while the cast is still going on. That way, I can change several spells together without the downtime. Here, I'm casting a Lesser Heal on myself to top myself off. I go for a Campfire because I want to out-heal the zone as it pushes in. I know these guys have no heals. Unfortunately, they push in for an aggro hit on me. I get a couple quick blocks and end up absolutely destroying this fighter.
So much better.
I'm the GOAT, boys! Don't fucking worry! In this next clip, I'm playing Bard Buff Ball into a Druid Sork fighter. It's really cool because this fighter was streaming at the time, so we get to see the double POV.
guard's super low. Hit him with a fire or he hits the trip bait there.
I will mince you. No, bro. Let me take that fucking one.
Bro, are you fucking serious, bro? Are you actually fucking stupid or something? That shit just speared him.
He killed his teammate. He killed his teammate because he didn't let him run the ones with me.
You healed it full?
Heal me.
Yeah. Longsword fight?
Pretty good on him. But he's hard.
And unfortunately we did lose the 1v1. A little bit of an ego issue, and I didn't have my traditional smite and divine prot, so we weren't really putting out a lot of damage.
I know.
Whoa.
God, that cleric good. Yes, it did. He blocked it right away.
That's why I'm the fucking best.
God, that cleric good. Yes, it did. He blocked it right away.
This next game is going to be a great example for proper peeling using Holy Strike, Bind, and EQ. Wait, how the fuck did we just win that? Here I want to do a quick fight analysis. Starting off by pre-buffing, putting down a Sank for the overheal, and a Barbarian pushes me right. I quick swap Bind, space it out, get hit by my Wizard's Ice Bolt, attempt to heal my fighter who's going way too deep here. The Barbarian is absolutely chipping away at my Wizard, so I'm trying to heal him as much as possible, creating space. My Wizard hits a lucky Ice Bolt, I hit him with a Bind, block the shot, and we double kill him. Legitimately, I think the most nutty clip I've hit. And although Bind is such a short cooldown, you're gonna see me use it in a very influential way here, where I'm able to hold down the Barbarian so my fighter can hit a repost. And even though team play is good, man, I love to 1v1 duel. I really like the buckler, the impact resistance, the quick block, desync block, and do a quick hit. A lot of the times you want to crouch, look directly up, and move your shield left and right to be able to block those hits. Bro, you cannot handle the smoke, huh?
He can't handle it, bro. He can't.
You can't handle it. Though, regardless, I died anyways. Hey boys, you make my earthquake. You make my earthquake! Oh, you make my earthquake! And sometimes things don't go right, so let's take a little bit of a break from game analysis and cue up a little montage.
Check, yeah. Don't ask me why again, we tried again and didn't feel the same. The plans was fucking up the diagram. When I'm overseas, I got some bags that need acquiring. We used to get cash, the checks bigger, so they wire them. Fuck talk, fuck the middleman, bring the supplier in. From Italy to Ireland, it's part of the requirements. Could've joined the union, King Andrew turned to fireman. But I'm still doing fire shit, adapt to my environment. And now I'm up so high, and I ain't coming down for no man. Oh shit, keep it rolling, bitches stuck in the motion. Tell them stick to the program, get kicked like Vince, your own boss has got no chance. I got both hands wrapped around the game in a choke slam. It turned me from a kid into a grown man. I got my stripes earned, battle tested, mics burned. It takes time being big body, making wide turns. So I'ma get there when the tide's turn. Stare at the sky until my eyes burn. Lil Jesse was a little baby, now it's fucking my turn. Excuse the lack of kind words. Try to treat me like an outsider, I'm the outlier. Peel the wig off these pussies if they doubt
how did we
fire.
win?
I'ma
Are we-
get rich
what?
off this even if my mouth quiet. Till the wheels burn no matter how tired.
One shot
When you alive, they act very phony. They're crying at your ceremony. Stretch wings, been an OG like Ananobi. Y'all fake views, fake likes, and fake spam emojis. These A&Rs sound the same, but now they can't control me. You see me mobbing outside, you pussies can't approach me, or you'll be finished grossly. My little spirit girl with crystals trying to stick and broke me, but I just stick and move in the field like Aunt Volpe. They can't hold me. Hustle like I bag groceries. Bad hoes be on me, then get mad lonely. Cause I ain't getting too attached, I'm trying to grab trophies. And anything that's in the way is getting gas, Brody. Hey, try to treat me like the outsider, I'm the outlier. Peel the wig off these pussies if they doubt fire. I'ma get rich off this even with a mouth wire. Till the wheels burn no matter how tired. Yeah. Straight like that. Like
Alright, I hope you enjoyed that little montage, but let's get back into some full analysis. It is currently 0-1. We are playing with a bonk wizard with a book and a ranger. My prio here is EQ and bind. I'm trying to stop the barbarian from running down and absolutely demolishing my team. I really think this is elo hell. This is crazy. In round 3, the barbarian rushes me down. I quick hit bind and crouch, hit him with a bind again, and we're keeping him at range. I try to get him in an EQ, but he unfortunately gets out right on the tip. I get hit him with another bind, go past the rogue, and hit myself with a lesser. My wizard tries to hit him with a book, so he dies instantly. I cast one more lesser on my ranger and start to create space. I go for the quick turnaround hit, but the rogue runs away. This gives me the perfect opportunity to drop back and heal my ranger. I'm going to use Sank to top us both up so we can push for this 2v1. In this final fight, I'm trying to hit EQ and keep everybody at range. I get dove by the rogue, and luckily the barbarian gets one shot by shotgun. Fortunately, their team was really out of position there, so we quickly pushed for this 3v1 to end the game. I hear the dagger sound and quickly turn around, casting Lesser on my ranger. I don't mean to be rude, but you guys just lost to a guy fucking running around and hitting with a book. Holy shit. It's 2-0. I'm in a 2v1 against a bard and a ranger. If I lose this, we lose the game. I want to make a quick note here that I always bring campfires. I have no healing at this point, and I was able to top myself off rather quickly so I could get all of my spells back. A blue campfire will usually only cost you 40 gold. In this next clip, you're really going to see the power of Bind. Bind in combination with Ice Bolt keeps somebody perma-frozen. We were able to absolutely work their front line. He's going to come in again. Now here's a tip for all you frontliners. Please keep in mind where your healer is. I'm absolutely pocketing our frontline, making sure he's not dying to the sword. He quickly pushes in to take this 2v1. He creates a ton of distance for himself, and the fighter is able to go in and dive me. So bro, you can't put two of them in between you, because then I can't heal. You can't break LOS like that. Regardless, I was able to pocket our fighter and keep him alive. As they push, I create a little bit of a pre-sank, giving us all a little bit of shield. Our fighter is getting super hard focused, so I'm just spamming him with Holy Lights. I'm getting pushed super hard, but the sword doesn't do much damage with the quarterstaff, so I just continue to heal our fighter and then heal myself.
I know what happened though. You guys were talking shit. They could explain what happened.
And yet again, we're starting off 0-1. Here, yet again, we're going to see the power of the Goblin Dance. I start off with a pre-sync, shielding all of my teammates and casting Protect. I start charging up an EQ to force the enemies to stand still so my ranger can get good headshots. I think I disengaged the EQ a little bit too early here, and instead of Holy Strike into Bind, I probably should have healed into Bind, as my ranger's left with 1 HP. In this final fight, we're going to be using a lot of different spells. I start off with a Bind to stop their front line from pushing forward. I switch to EQ so our ranger can potentially get a headshot. So the wizard has a spell in his hand and quickly switches back. I keep healing my ranger, trying to negate as much damage as possible, hit the fighter with a quick Bind, and go for a full DPS. And with that, our arena video comes to a close. And even though arena can be hell sometimes, the Cleric class will always be there to support and heal their teammates. Hopefully this video has taught you something. From builds to perks to skills, hopefully you've picked up something that'll make your Cleric gameplay even better. And although this video wasn't movie length, only about 30 minutes, I still enjoyed making it. And I had a lot of fun designing those cinematics you saw at the start. All environmental art was provided by the Unreal Store, which pushed out a free use map for Unreal Engine 5.5. Additionally, I have bought the modular Skeleton Warrior, which is the Skeleton Champion in-game, to make my project seem more official. So, with that being said, if you made it this far, I appreciate you, and if you could like and subscribe, it would mean a lot, and your continued support means I get to make more content. So, with that being said, boys, I'll catch you later.